Hi friend, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another day in the life as a work from home, stay-at-home toddler mom. I am very quickly logging into work. We have a conference this week, and so things are very busy. And on top of that, I have some projects on deadline for my freelance stuff. So very heavy, busy work day and slash work week. On top of that, very much trying to navigate what it looks like with a toddler. It just seems like he's going through something. I don't know, it was so much different. Do you guys remember if you have a toddler and only a toddler, like if you don't have multiple children, when they were infants, there was something called the Wonder Weeks app, which kind of helped you navigate what was happening developmentally, which would just sort of translate to kind of maybe what your experience was looking like in real life with the child. Is there something like that for toddlers? Is it Wonder Weeks? I deleted Wonder Weeks when he was a year old, thinking that like, okay, we're done here. All the leaps are done. I would love to know if there's some sort of like developmental tracking for toddlers. Obviously, their pediatrician appointments get further and further spaced out, but Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, there is something going on with the toddlers. And I did get told, I guess it was on Friday, I got told that there is a full moon on Sunday, which could potentially be like wreaking havoc with the toddlers. I don't know how accurate any of that is, but at this point, I'm willing to believe anything if it's going to help me navigate my day-to-day with the toddler, because he is such a cheerful kid and he's so fun. He's high energy, don't get me wrong, but like he's so much fun. Why are you angry? Why are you so mad? So trying to navigate all of that and work this week is proving a little tricky, which is hilarious because I'm actually I'm presenting at this conference on Thursday, and I've given this presentation in one form or another in the past, but it's basically, the concept of it is like how to balance all of the things without burning out. It's a staff professional development conference, and so these people all have day jobs like I do, and the whole concept is to basically how to pursue the side hustle that you can't stop thinking about while also maintaining and juggling your day job. And it is a lot, don't get me wrong, it's always been a lot, but I've always done like creative projects on the side, whether I've had traditional employment or my full-time business or full-time freelancing or whatever that looks like. And as I'm working, sorry, my cat is getting into stuff. As I'm working on the presentation, I'm like, I really need to continue to remind myself of these tactics because they really work. That's how I've developed the presentation, is because over time, I've created a system that works and allows me to do all the things. The last year and a half has been especially like tough to juggle because I've added being a stay-at-home mom on top of it. This is my first time raising a toddler, and it's making me realize too, I had a friend whose parents both my friend and her sister are adults now, and her mom and her were having a conversation, and her mom was like, well, this is our first time, parenting adult children. So you're going to have to like give us some grace here as we figure this out. And it was just kind of like mind blowing to realize that like, oh yeah, it's our first time. It's our parents' first times doing this. Like, I know they say you're supposed to have it all figured out by your second rodeo, but I feel like that's a very minimal number of rodeos to have it all figured out. So yeah, anyway. Okay, I am very quickly gonna get ready so we can go meet some friends at the playground because I have a ton of work. Like I mentioned earlier, I have a ton of work to get done, and my mom's not feeling well, so it's not even really an option to go and like have an extra set of hands over there. So we are improvising. I knew that this week was gonna be a bit of a heavier workload. Am I stretching out my shirt? Yes, because it's one of those that like, it's super structured. It's probably gonna be too hot for today, honestly, but it's fine. I knew this week was gonna be like this, but anyway, I'm gonna run this brush through my hair. So this is actually from TikTok Shop, but I found the same thing on Amazon. I'll link it down below. I've used it twice, and I'm really impressed with it. I want to continue to use it to see if I'm still really impressed with it, because with it being summer, I'm into the idea of just letting my hair air dry, which is what I did this morning. So my hair is fully dry. I took my shower, God, at like 4 something this morning. And my hair does this like weird kinky thing if I don't do anything to it. Like if I don't properly like scrunch it or anything like that. You okay? What, bud? So I like that this will like quickly straighten it out and allow me to add like a little bit of a style to it. But I can also adjust the heat setting. It's not super loud. If you can hear that in the background. My dog and my child are separated. They are on opposite sides of the gate from one another, but yet they still figure out how to annoy each other through a gate. But it just leaves it really sleek and smooth. But I think I like it better than a straightening iron because, first of all, Mom. Yes, bud. I like that it offers more shape than a straightener does, but it also grasps all of the pieces of hair and like separately gets them rather than just like crunching them together or squishing them together, if that makes any sense. So I'm able to get more of like a blow-dried look out of it than just like straight limp, if that makes sense. Which I feel like is the look. I remember when I was in college and straightening irons really hit the market. Oh, that's off. Why is that off? When straightening irons first really hit the market, my mom was like, what? Why is it so straight though? Like there was like not a single bend to the hair at all. I was basically doing this with it off, which I didn't realize, which is pretty epic that like it was barely heated up. I guess it had turned off while I was going to monitor the child situation. Okay, it's heated up. Oh, you can actually hear it when it's on. I didn't realize that. But it's like an ion setting, so it like really smooths the hair out, which I love. But yeah, my mom was like, why is your hair so straight? Like maybe add a little bit of like a bevel to it or something. I also like that I can get like right up to the root to get these like weird frizzy bits. Okay, I'm gonna very quickly do the rest of my hair. I'm just gonna speed you up for that because I need to move along, and the more I'm talking, the less I'm moving. Here in real time now, I'm gonna do my bangs. I wanna say real quickly that something that I've noticed in the last few times I've been using it, which I've only used it a few times, but every time I've used it, is you have to be mindful of the buttons on here, because off you have to hold down for it to go off, but you can accidentally bump the temperature button pretty easily. So you just have to be kind of careful about how you're holding it. Okay, let's see how these came out. Not gonna lie, for like running a brush through my hair for 5 minutes, I really like it. Like, I have no idea what the back looks like, so we're gonna see it together for the first time, but. Like, it looks like I spent a lot of time on my hair, and obviously I didn't. I think that took me like 7 minutes, maybe less. I'm a fan. I mean, look how much volume there is. Anyway, very happy with that. Really quickly gonna do my makeup, and we're gonna go. Okay, is it necessary to get ready? No. Am I probably gonna regret that because we're about to go sit in very humid weather? Probably, but it makes me feel better about myself. If I'm being honest, it's so easy to just get completely lost in this season where like every single second of the day feels very scheduled and very like demanding. And if I'm not careful, the entire day can go by and I have barely brushed my teeth and given myself any bit of attention at all. So a 7-minute hair and 5-minute face is enough to make me feel like an actual human being, then I'm gonna do it. So let's go to playground. The playground ended up being a bit of a bust because they ended up coming to like mow and cut the lawn like right at prime playtime time, like playground time, right at prime playground. I cannot say that, right at prime playground time. It was just like so confusing to me. I feel like that kind of stuff needs to be on a schedule. And it's such a shame because the kids were having such a blast because it's been pouring down rain for days and there were monster puddles, like super duper monster puddles at the playground. And you know, 3 little boys and 1 little girl were just enjoying that to the nth degree. I do, however, need to very quickly get this dishwasher emptied because in here, my kid is screaming in the background for me to come get him. Hi, I kind of fell off the planet today because like I said, when I first started this vlog, it was a very work heavy kind of day. And honestly, it was just one of those days that like, I just kind of kept getting pulled into one thing or another. And so I didn't show you much of it because it was just me at my computer screen. And when I wasn't at my computer screen, I was wrangling the toddler, who was actually a lot better today. So maybe it really was something with the full moon because that full moon was on Sunday, apparently. I don't know that I really believe that, but anyway, right now I am working on getting my gel polish off, which if you're curious how I do that, I use a e-file, which you should be very careful with always, but this is the one I have, to buff off the top layer of my gel. And when I had my son, I was like, I no longer have the desire or the time to wrap my fingers in aluminum foil with acetone soaked cotton pads. Like, it just was not something that I would entertain at this stage of my life. And so I searched high and low for alternatives because I was also like, I'm not gonna be using regular nail polish because I don't have time for it to dry. Even with my beloved such feet, just not the vibe I was going for with a newborn. And if you're wondering like, why the heck did I even bother doing my nails at all? If you knew me, you would know. There are a few things that I don't care a lot about. Clothes, those are one of them. But something I will always do for myself is give myself a little manicure because it makes me happy, okay? And I really like nail polish. So I found this stuff. I have no idea what it's called, but I will link it down below. I got this stuff on Amazon and I have been obsessed ever since. So you buff the top layer of your gel off. I'm running out of it, that's why I keep shaking it. But then you just paint it on. You don't want to get it on your skin because it will burn. You paint on about as many layers as you have on gel. So in this case, I think honestly I have 4 layers, but I'm not going to do 4 layers of this. And it just essentially like cuts through polish and bubbles it up, and then it just wipes right off. And so you don't end up with any damage to your nails, which is awesome. And you're not stuck looking like aluminum foil. Why can't I not talk? An aluminum foil alien for hours, because no matter what the internet told me, how many times it told me it only takes 10 minutes to soak off your gel polish with this method, that never happened. It was always like 30, 40 minutes later. I'm watching an entire show of something, take them off, and I'd still end up having to like buff off the rest of the gel. So I'm gonna let this do its thing, and we're getting a gnarly storm at the moment, so if I end up losing power, which for some reason where I live, we lose power even if like it looks like it might rain. So if I lose power, I might have to abort mission. But for now, I'm gonna let this do its thing, and I will come back and share my mani with you once I get it done. Okay, that took way longer than I was expecting because the polish that I was using, it worked a little bit differently than the other cat eye polishes that I have. So it took some finagling to get it to like do its thing. And like I very quickly realized I should have used a darker base coat, which is probably why they send it with a black. I was like, no, I'm gonna use this like beautiful lilac color underneath, which really didn't matter because you cannot tell at all that there was anything lilac underneath it. But let me see if I can't like, let me turn this around, see if I can't show you. It's very cool, but it is well past my bedtime. So I need to, oh my God, it's 10 o'clock. That took way longer than it should have. I need to take a shower. I need to go to bed. How I'm still functioning, I don't know. I need to go to bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's the next day. It's the next day and it's been daylight, and I have to tell you that I am full-blown obsessed with this nail polish. I do think that the next time I do something like this, I will use a black base. Let's see if I can get you to, if it can focus at all. Oh, it's not really gonna show. Oh, it is. Like, you guys, this like range and spectrum of color. I'm also kind of shaky because I just took some Sudafed, so my hands are just like ah. But yeah, I love. I'll link down below what it's called. I don't ever know what color I used, but I'll make sure that I know when I put it in the description below. I also thought I would share just like a couple of other things that have really, I don't know, like tell me if you're a mom, I'm really curious kind of where you land in this, but I fall into camps of like self-care. And self-care can either look like, you know, something you're doing special to take care of yourself, or it can be the things you do on a daily basis or a weekly basis to continue to take care of yourself. And like I mentioned yesterday, it's really easy to kind of get lost in this life where you're just so busy doing all of the things and taking care of everybody else that like you just kind of lose this sense of self that you had. And I'm the kind of person, I'm not saying you have to be this way, and I certainly know that not everybody is this way, but I just feel better in the world when I like prepare myself to show up in it. And because I work from home, sometimes it matters that like, I don't know, I put on my armor for the day. Obviously, some days the armor looks like this, which is, you know, a clean washed face with some moisturizer, mascara, and a hoodie, because, or I guess this isn't a hoodie, this is a pullover. That's my armor for the day because it's been a very home day and it's rainy. Well, it's sunny-ish now, but that's North Carolina for you. But like the things that I will always do to make myself, like to take care of myself, like my non-negotiables to take care of myself are, I will shower every single day. If I can manage it. The only time this year that I did not shower every single day was when I was admitted to the hospital earlier this year. I couldn't literally get out of the bed to shower, but I will take a shower, even if it's just like a 3-minute rinse off before I get in the bed. I take a shower. I always wash my makeup off my face. I am not one of those people that can sleep in my makeup. If I did, I would wake up to a crater face. I wake up to a crater face anyway, and I do wash my makeup off my face. And I'm in my late 30s dealing with aging and pimples. How I'm dealing with both, I don't really know. The other thing that I will always do is I brush my teeth. I almost always floss my teeth too, which was a bit of a debate on TikTok because a friend and I were having a conversation and I was made out to be weird because I floss my teeth as often as I do, but I will always floss my teeth. I at least clip my nails, like file clip my nails and do my cuticles every single week, to the point that like I don't want to say it's a compulsion, but it's something that I can't stand. Like it's because I'm on the keyboard so much, I can't stand the click clack. I cannot stand the click clack. So I will always at least shape and like file my nails and do my cuticles. I will usually do a manicure if I can squeeze in the time. And that really is just for my own heart because there's absolutely zero reason to do it except that it makes me happy. And I love to play with new nail polish. I love to play with new like nail polish trends. And I'm not a talented artist in any way, shape, or form. Like I can't even draw like a basic star or a stick person. But for some reason, expressing myself through my nail polish for the last 10 years has been a really like solid part of my life. And I'm always going to do that. And it's just, I thought that would maybe go out the window once I had a kid. And I'm glad that I've still somehow made time for that because it's just something I enjoy doing. What else do I usually do? I'll always do my skincare, which if that's something you're interested in seeing, I can definitely like include that in a video coming up. I don't always wear makeup, but I will say I'm not in this part of my life right now, but there was a time where I really did like those DIY lash extensions a lot because they were super easy to do, they lasted a long time, and they just made me feel really pretty. So if you're looking for a way to kind of like boost how you show up in the world every single day, but you don't want to put on makeup every day, or you're just in that phase where like easy is best, try the DIY lash extensions. I'll link below the ones that I use because they just add like a layup on the day. Like you wake up and you're like, okay, I'm pretty much done. The other thing, this is another thing that I've started using, which I'm like shocked by, is one of those silk bonnet caps. And I bought one when I got the like heatless curlers, and I think I showed it on here, but I've been using it pretty much every single night except for like the night before I wash my hair because I have the oils in. And oh my gosh, like I was using a silk pillowcase, so I thought I was doing all that was right. Y'all, the silk bonnet makes such a difference with my hair. I wake up and I can literally just like brush my hair and be on with the day because it doesn't look all ratty. And I have like naturally textured hair or like curly hair, and so especially from like sweat on your neck or like getting hot, the underneath of my hair usually becomes something that is not like the top of my hair. That doesn't happen with this. So if you have been on the fence, $10 for a silk bonnet, definitely worth it. Highly recommend. I'll link the one I'm using down below. I got it off of Amazon. I know there's one trending on TikTok. I didn't buy mine off of TikTok. I bought it off of Amazon. But the brush that I used, I'll link down below. All the things that I've used that I can remember, I will link down below. Again, this sort of turned into a beauty vlog, but I didn't mean for it to. Again, it is an important part of who I am as far as like trying to balance all of the things. It's important to balance yourself in there, isn't it? Like, it's okay to lean into the things that make you happy and make you feel like you're alive, because we need that, especially right now. But we're doing it on a budget. Why is everything so expensive? Why is it all so expensive? Anyway, I'm gonna go make myself an afternoon coffee, which I'm absolutely gonna regret at 10 o'clock tonight. I've regretted them the last 2 days, but right now, this week, it's just necessary. So I'm gonna go make myself a coffee. I'm gonna plow through the rest of my day's work. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I'd love to know, like, what are the certain things that you always do, whether it's every single day or every single week, to take care of yourself, or to like give yourself, like to pour into yourself a little bit. And I'm not talking like standard self-care, because like we have like journaling and meditation and all that kind of stuff. Like, those things are important, and I absolutely include those in my days. I'm talking about like personal hygiene type self-care. Curious about that. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye.